you are not a solid being. You are a walking, talking, breathing ocean held together by a thin layer of skin. Over 70% of your body is water, and yet, we treat this sacred fluid as if it were nothing more than a simple plumbing requirement. We gulp it down from plastic bottles, we strip it of its minerals, and we poison it with chemicals. Then, we wonder why our cells are withered, why our joints creak, and why our thoughts are clouded by a persistent fog. Welcome to Chapter 10 of the Thorne Protocol. Today, we dive into the deepest mystery of human biology, the fluid of life. To understand health, you must first understand that not all water is created equal. The water you find in a stagnant plastic bottle or the chemically treated liquid that flows through city pipes is dead. It has lost its natural structure, its vitality, and its ability to hold a charge. In nature, water is meant to move, to vortex, to dance over stones, and to be kissed by the sun. When water is structured by nature, it becomes more than H2O. It enters a fourth state, a liquid crystalline state that scientists like Dr. Gerald Pollack call exclusion zone or easy water. This is the water that fuels your life, and without it, you are merely a ghost in a decaying machine. Think of your body as a vast, interconnected network of biological fiber optic cables. Your fascia, that shimmering web of connective tissue that wraps around every muscle and organ, is not just packaging. It is a liquid crystalline matrix designed to transport information at the speed of light. Your nerves and your very DNA are surrounded by this structured water. It isn't just sitting there passively, it is acting as a biological battery. When sunlight, specifically the infrared light we discussed in the previous chapter, hits your body, it expands this easy water layer inside your cells. This expansion creates a charge separation, a literal battery effect between the negatively charged easy layer and the positively charged water beyond it. This is the electrical pressure required for your proteins to fold correctly and your enzymes to function at peak efficiency. Modern humanity is suffering from a chronic, systemic cellular dehydration that no amount of industrial tap water can fix. You can drink gallons of dead water and still be thirsty at a mitochondrial level. Why? Because the water cannot enter the cell's tight machinery effectively if it doesn't have the right hexagonal structure. We have become water-starved in a world of abundance. We have replaced the living springs of our ancestors, water that was mineral-rich and magnetically aligned with the earth, with the toxic, fluoridated, and microplastic-laden fluid of the industrial age. We are literally rusting from the inside out because our internal ocean has become a stagnant, acidic pond rather than a flowing, alkaline river of life. Dr. Thorne wants you to realize that water is not just a solvent, it is a medium of memory and information. The pioneering work of researchers like Jacques Benveniste and Masaru Emoto, though often suppressed by the mainstream, pointed to a profound biological truth: water responds to its environment. It responds to frequency, to electromagnetic fields, to sound, and even to human intention. Your body is a resonance chamber. If you are constantly exposed to the chaotic frequencies of Wi-Fi, the jagged blue light of screens, and the emotional stress of a fractured society, you are programming your internal water with chaos. You are turning your liquid crystalline battery into a distorted, inefficient mess that cannot carry the signal of health. The hydration protocol of Dr. Thorne is not about the quantity of liters you consume, it is about the quality of the charge and the magnetism of the fluid. To reclaim your health, you must begin to revive the water you consume. This starts with movement. Water in nature never moves in straight lines, it spirals, it curves, it creates vortices. By vortexing your water before you drink it, you begin to restore its natural energetic signature. By adding a tiny pinch of high-quality, unrefined sea salt, you provide the essential electrolytes, the sparks, that allow the water to carry its electrical charge through your nervous system. You are not just drinking a beverage, you are conducting an orchestral maneuver of minerals, geometry, and light. But there is a deeper, hidden secret, the unbreakable connection between the sun and the water. As we learned in Chapter 9, the sun is the primordial fire. When you stand in the morning sun, you are not just warming your skin, you are charging the water inside your tissues. The infrared light from the sun is the primary fuel that builds the exclusion zone water in your body. This is the hidden synergy of the Thorne Protocol. Light is the architect, and water is the builder. Together, they create the structured environment where disease and entropy cannot take root. A hydrated cell is a resilient, glowing cell. A hydrated mind is a sharp, sovereign mind that is immune to the fog of the matrix. Consider the tragedy of the modern office worker. They sit under flickering, toxic lights, surrounded by electromagnetic smog that shatters the structure of their internal water. They drink water from a plastic container that has been sitting in a hot warehouse for months, leaching hormone-disrupting chemicals into the fluid. This water is hungry, it enters the body and actually leaches minerals out of the bones and teeth in a desperate attempt to balance itself. This is a slow, silent erosion of your vitality. You are not being nourished, you are being drained by the very thing that is supposed to sustain you. Your thirst is actually a cry for minerals and magnetism, not just more H2O. Dr. Thorne urges you to seek out living water. This is water that has been filtered of its industrial toxins, heavy metals, and pharmaceutical residues, and then reinformed with the Earth's natural resonance. Grounding your water by placing it on the bare earth, exposing it to sunlight in cobalt blue glass bottles, and even speaking words of gratitude over it may sound like ancient mysticism, but it is actually the cutting edge of quantum biophysics. You are interacting with a liquid crystal that is the foundation of your consciousness. You are the programmer of your own internal ocean. What instructions are you giving to your cells with every glass you drink? We must also address the fluoride deception. Under the guise of public health, a neurotoxic industrial byproduct has been added to our most precious resource. Fluoride is a powerful calcifier. It seeks out the third eye, the pineal gland, and turns it into stone. It disrupts the delicate signaling of your endocrine system, lowers IQ, and dulls the sharp edge of your intuition. To follow the Thorne Protocol is to reject the poisoning of the well. You must protect your water as if your life depends on it, because the clarity of your soul depends on it. A calcified pineal gland is a disconnected antenna. Furthermore, we must look at the role of deuterium. In the modern world, our water is often high in deuterium, a heavy isotope of hydrogen that acts like sand in the gears of your mitochondria. When you drink water that is depleted of deuterium, water that is found in high-altitude springs or created through natural filtration, your energy production skyrockets. Your cellular engines run smoother, cooler, and longer. This is the fuel of the gods. By choosing your water sources wisely, you are literally upgrading the fuel quality of your entire biological system. As you move through your day, remember that every sip is an opportunity for a biological reset. When you drink structured, mineralized, and sun-charged water, you are sending a signal of perfect order into a world of increasing entropy. You are telling your mitochondria that the resources are available for peak performance and deep repair. You are lubricating the gears of your consciousness. Your thoughts will flow more freely, your energy will remain stable throughout the day, and your body will begin to shed the toxic weight of years of industrial accumulation. In the next chapter, we will discuss the breath of the gods, the oxygen and the hidden atmospheric gases that interact with this liquid crystalline water to create the spark of human consciousness. But for now, your mission is to transform your relationship with the fluid of life. Stop treating water as a mere commodity and start treating it as a sacred sacrament. Find a living spring, filter your tap with high-grade carbon and reverse osmosis, vortex your glass, add your minerals, and charge it with the sun. Be the master of your internal tides. The ocean within you is waiting for your command. It is waiting to be cleared of the industrial debris and returned to its pristine, crystalline state. I am Dr. Julian Thorne, and I am telling you that the secret to the fountain of youth is not found in a laboratory or a synthetic pill, but in the simple, structured beauty of living water. Reclaim your ocean. Reclaim your flow. You are a being of light, held in a vessel of water. It is time for that vessel to be pure. The glass is full. The sun is high. The water is ready to be programmed with the frequency of sovereignty. Will you give it the chaos of the machine, or will you give it the harmony of life? The choice, as always, is yours. The journey through the Thorne Protocol continues, and the flow is just beginning. Stay vigilant, stay hydrated, stay pure, and drink to your sovereign future. The internal ocean is rising, and it is beautiful.